welcome back to our channel Selkie Patterns. Today we are going to show you in detail our London dress. So the London dress comes with two neckline options. We have the clean keyhole neckline with no tie, as worn here by the lovely Caroline. Or we have the tie version, which is also included in the pattern to give it a really lovely pussy bow effect.
Those two options really reflect the two different styles that we're going for, as in the marriage between clean lines and that vintage inspiration. So maybe you want a slightly more casual garment, you can make the open neckline. You want a slightly more dressed up, more feminine version, you can have the bow neckline. I
absolutely love this dress because the way Caroline drafted the pattern was so clever. So we didn't want to create a dress that was at all restricting. We wanted to create a dress that you can move your arms in, you could like write on a board if you're a teacher, you can paint, you can you like run to breakfast, run to lunch, make it in a dressy fabric, wear it for an evening out and not feel restricted.
Yeah, so for me that's really important, the actual wearability of a garment, because I think a beautiful design is one thing, if you're comfortable wearing it, that's a whole other thing. And for me that's really important because women have to wear our garments. We don't want to create something that people can only wear for special occasions because, oh, but you know, I can't properly breathe, so I can only have it for you know, an evening out where I can get home in 10 minutes.
And you don't eat the cheese board.
Yeah, we don't want that. So I've left quite a lot of ease in the waist, so you have that, you know, the wearability of moving your arms and doing whatever you have to do, because especially with vintage designs, I often find that they are so focused on nipping in your waist that you can't actually raise your arms because it hits your rib cage. And I personally, I can't stand that because I need to be able to do my thing. I can't wear something and not work or not do what I have to do. So for me that was really important. So I kept that ease in the waist so that you get a beautiful, you know, you can still see your waist. It's not an A-line garment, there's definitely a waist in there, but you've got that space to breathe, eat, work, play, whatever you have to do.
I really love the option where you can have the full dart sewn, so it's a more of a fitted garment on top. It's got a little bit more of a streamline effect, or you can leave them as just the pleats, which gives it a really cool sort of 50s shirt dress feel, which is personally my favorite way to wear it. I absolutely love it because it gives you that movability which the pattern already comes with, but then it just gives it a really cool clean line look.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the pleats and the darts, whichever one you choose to wear, is that they continue right into the box pleat in the skirt. So when your garment is made up, visually that's one line, which I think works really well. I think it looks really put together and really elegant, and it just visually lengthens the line of your garment.
Our dress is such a satisfying pattern to sew because everything lines up so beautifully, and I absolutely adore the raglan sleeves. And not only do they look good, but they feel really good to sew. It's really satisfying. The fit is super easy, so there's no gathering or inserting. You literally put the pieces together and it comes together really nicely. So it's not only does it look great and feel great, but it's also a great pattern to sew. You can make it definitely in a day if you have an event to go to, but I personally prefer to cut my patterns out one day and then sew as I go, like little bite-sized pieces, and really enjoy my sewing process. But
make it enjoyable for yourself,
make it enjoyable,
right? But it's not one of those patterns where you have to spend several days figuring it out because there are so many different steps to it. It's something that looks great, but it's not a high level of difficulty, or it's just really it's the small things but creating big effects, like the raglan sleeve, which I also love because it's got a slight curve to it. So again, it's flattering. It doesn't cut off, it doesn't visually cut off your shoulder, but it's got that slight curve to it. So it just looks really feminine and flattering, and it's super comfortable as well. I don't know if raglan sleeves have got a reputation of being restrictive or something because you haven't got that shoulder, but that's not the case at all. It just feels like any other sleeve, except that you don't have to insert a sleeve into a sleeve hole. So
the London dress is only a total of 5 pattern pieces, which is great. So it comes together really beautifully. For our London collection, we were really inspired by the late 1950s. I absolutely adore this era because it's got some really great cuts with feminine details, but of course we wanted to keep it for the modern woman. Keep it clean, keep it Scandinavian, because of course one half of our company is a Swede.
Yeah.
So yeah, this pattern definitely marries our two styles together, and I adore raglan sleeves and keyhole necklines, and I just had to have that in our first pattern. I absolutely love those elements, so it was so much fun to design.
It's also it's interesting because the 1950s, I feel, were also on that brink of women going from super nipped in waist, super feminine, to slightly more, let's wear trousers and let's, you know, let's just tie our hair up and get it done. So I think it was also that border time period between what can I wear and still look feminine, but that isn't
do my thing,
but that isn't traditional. I think it was really such an interesting time.
What's also great about the London dress is that it has a whole other character and personality when you make it in different fabrics. So as we've just shown you, it was in a beautiful drapey bamboo, but you can pretty much make it in any fabric that has slight drape depending on how you want the raglan sleeves to look. I personally adore this dress in poplin and cotton sateen, as we have here in our limited edition fabric. Sorry Caroline, I'm blocking your face. So you can see how this can all come together and has a little bit more structure, and it's very 50s. It has that much more of like a sort of a voluminous skirt, sorry, a volumized skirt here as it was traditional in the 50s, whilst as when you make it in a bamboo it has a slightly 30s-esque feel, especially with the raglan sleeve. And I made this one with the tie, as you can see, and I just absolutely love this dress when it's on. It just makes me feel so good, and I love wearing it with really chunky shoes and of course red lipstick. So you can definitely use our patterns for many different fabrics, and each one has their own personality, but you're still keeping that really gorgeous, clean, vintage look that's great for every day.
Yeah, and it can definitely take you from day to night as well, depending on what fabric you choose, which makes it such a versatile pattern.
We need to make more cotton sateen prints. Thank you so much for watching our video all about the London dress. I hope you love it as much as we do.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you can pledge for this on Kickstarter.
With our London print fabrics, you will also get a complimentary PDF copy of our London pattern. So if you like any of our London fabrics, you will also get the pattern, which is great.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.